I'm Carter Osterhaus, and this is a $1 Million Room. We're getting an exclusive look inside the most spectacular $1 Million rooms around the globe. From a California rocker's paradise that even has a blinged out bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I have never seen a bathroom like this in my life.
There isn't one.
To a luxury spa in the Mediterranean that will have you relaxing the moment you see it.
Look how big this is. This is like a little lake. If you're into football, you can pack the Green Bay Packers in here.
And an awesome California kitchen with some ancient history buried in the countertops.
You can see them all right in there too.
It's an all-access pass to these incredible $1 Million rooms. Coming up next, this Tuscan-style villa has a $1 Million room so decadent, it will have you whipping up a masterpiece the minute you walk in.
This is really the heart of the home.
Wow, this is gorgeous.
We're exploring some of the coolest rooms around. San Diego County is home to this amazing Tuscan-style estate. Project manager Earl takes us on a tour of its $1 Million room, a kitchen so luxurious, museum-quality artifacts were used as building materials.
Hi, Carter.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Pleasure to meet you.
This decadent villa is a whopping 20,000 square feet. With 9 bedrooms and 15 bathrooms. It's got it all, including a poker room and its own movie theater. But it's the unbelievable top-of-the-line kitchen that will have any 5-star chef drooling.
This is really the heart of the home. This is the kitchen. This is where everything happens.
I love this kitchen. Even though it is very large, it still feels like it's somewhat intimate.
Right, and that was the idea behind this. It's where the meals are prepared. This is where the family gathers before the meal. The kids are doing their homework.
When you have a space this big, it can be a challenge to create a warm and homey atmosphere. But big ticket items like earthy marble countertops and endless walls of rich custom cabinetry do the trick.
The cabinetry is really what sets off this room.
Do you know what the price tag was on the cabinetry?
The cabinetry in this room was about $150,000.
Was it really?
The showstopper in this culinary masterpiece is definitely the one-of-a-kind stove. It was carefully handcrafted to combine the latest in modern technology with old-world elegance.
One appliance that I see is the stove right here. This is gorgeous. And I know that this stove has to cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, it's about as much as a sports car.
Is it really?
And that was really the inspiration for this custom hood that we had made.
Now, was this hammered copper and brass?
Right, and it was actually custom designed by a local ironsmith.
You don't see people, too many people hammer copper anymore.
And this kitchen does a great job of combining old with new, using imported stone countertops, including some that are actually prehistoric.
So we actually have 2 different countertops here. This is an Orboco Italian marble. And then the darker material over here is it's what's called a petite granite.
Oh,
And it's a French limestone, actually.
Okay.
An interesting fact about this limestone, Carter, is that it's actually quarried just outside of Paris. And if you look closely, you can actually see fossilized shells and little animals that are actually embedded in this.
Oh, wow.
This
you can see them.
prehistoric stone.
Yeah, you can see them all right in there, too.
And no old-school Italian kitchen would be complete without a wine cellar to store some vintage vino. So the owners built this entire room around one feature so miraculous, walking on it might leave you with a heavenly feeling.
The floor is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's Jerusalem stone. And when the manufacturer was in Jerusalem, he noticed that they were tearing the stones out of the streets in Jerusalem. And he was actually able to negotiate to purchase those stones. So these stones here actually came from the streets of Jerusalem.
Really? So these stones are fairly old, I would say.
Very old, centuries.
Really?
Old, right.
Oh my gosh.
The story is that they are at least probably 2,000 years old because that section of Jerusalem hadn't been renovated in that long.
Really?
Yeah, so it predates Christ. And the stone manufacturer said, look, Jerusalem really isn't that big of a city. And so there's a very good chance that Jesus and/or his disciples walked on these very stones.
That makes this wine cellar that much better.